Hello everyone, so welcome back to the new video. So in this video I'm going to show you how we can optimize the memory uses by ZFS file system. So if you see here, we have pool called uh, this data pool, and what happens sometimes is ZFS starts using very large amount of memory, or you can say all the available memory on the system. So to in this video I'm going to show you how we can optimize the memory uses by ZFS file system. So actually ZFS file system has a cache memory, or we can see it as ARC, that is adaptive replacement cache, and uh, it stores the most recently accessed as well as frequently accessed data into this cache, so that if any application try to read the data, it will not have to read from the disk. Instead it can read from the cache memory. So for that, first command is argstat1 and hit enter. So if you see here, uh, currently for the cache, the total allocated memory is 60 MB, and how much it is being used is 4.4 MB, right? So it's total amount of memory allocated for the ARC, adaptive replacement cache, and from that cache around 4.4 MB is being used. Similarly we have different uh, mm, parameter here: time, read, miss percentage. So let's have a look on this term. So if you see here, time is the time at which I had taken this output of this command, and read is the total number of r cache read during the interval. uh, so it's currently 0, means if application try to read some data, how many data it has read from the cache. So it is that r cache read. So similarly miss is the number of cache miss during the interval. So if an application try to read the data, so uh, but if that data is not present in the, I mean, cache memory, r cache, then it will have to read from the I mean disk. So if it is unable to locate that data in the uh, cache memory, then that is counted as miss. Similarly it is miss percentage, and this is demand phase cache miss. It is demand phase cache percentage. It's prephase cache miss, and this is a metadata cache miss, and so on. So this C is total amount of memory allocated for the r cache, and its r z is total amount of memory used um, from the memory that is being allocated for this one. Okay, so how we can tune the parameter? So we have two uh, thing that we need to tune, that is ZFS, arc max, and ZFS arc. I mean, tuning this parameter, we will be defining what is the maximum amount of memory that can be used for this cache, and this is the minimum amount of memory that will be allocated for the cache. So for that, let's check the current configuration. So for that, sys module ZFS parameter, ZFS max. So if you see here, it is not tuned, means it can use any amount of memory. So similarly mean, so it is also 0. So how we can tune these two parameters? So the concept is, so it should be ZFS arc mean should be around 1% of the total memory on the system, and this argmax should be 10% of the total physical memory on the system. So let's check what is the amount of memory on this system. So if you see here free dash h, so total around 2 GB is being present on the system. Out of this is this amount is being used, this is free. So similarly this is this amount for a buffer cache, and similarly available is 828. Okay, so since this is 2 GB, so 1% would be around 2 MB. So uh, uh, and the value should be in the byte value. So the amount of memory which we will be allocating here should be in the byte value. So 2 MB in byte form should be, so it should be around this one value. So 20971152, so echo 20971152, and then sys module ZFS parameter ZFS arcmin, hit enter. Similarly for max we'll be using 200 MB. So for 200 MB to KB to byte, so it should be around this one value 20971520. Should be around 209 and then 715200 and hit enter. Okay, so if you now cat this value, okay, so now for the cache it will allocate only 200 MB, and also it can utilize maximum of 200 MB. So even if there is large amount of memory present in the system, it will not use more than 200 MB. And also tuning this while tuning this parameter, what you need to care about this is miss percent should be nearly equals to 0. This miss value also should be nearly 0. If it's more than I mean 1-2%, like if it is 20-30%, then you may need to increase this cache value, which basically means we need to increase the ZFS arc max value. Okay, now so since this value will not be present after reboot, so what we need to do is we need to put this in the rc.local file so that it will be persistent after reboot. So for that, okay, so hit enter and paste here. So this is empty value, but you in your system there may be some other values. So and and minimum value is this one. So let's copy this one. Okay, so the value is now tuned, so even after reboot it will ZFS file system will not use more than this value. Okay, so we can tune a large number of parameters, so I will put that the link for tuning in the video in the description section. So thanks for watching the video.